All right, FightHype.com. Sean Zattel here, former IBF lightweight champion of the world, Mickey Bey. Mick, man, we had that belt you had and on the line. We had all the belts on the line over the weekend, man. What'd you think of the fight? What surprised you in this fight? I know you had Lomachenko, like just about most experts had Lomachenko.
The only thing that surprised me was that how late he got started. But me being a fighter, I knew what it was. Like, he felt the thunder. You know, Teofmio, a pretty good counter puncher. He felt he wanted to feel it on his gloves first, but then he felt it, so he kind of was leery because he knew, like, man, you know, he was moving him. Even when he hit him in the arms and just in the gloves, he was moving Lomachenko. You know, it looked to me like Lomachenko was kind of too small for him. There ain't no excuse for that. I'm just saying the way Teofmio did an excellent job, so I give him all the credit. But he was moving him. So I think he opened up late because he might have hurt Lomachenko if the more he opened up early, who knows how the fight would have ended.
But yeah, because that seemed to be a big question for people after the fight is why did, even Bob Arum, it was like, why did Loma start so late?
He started late because he waited for him to lose steam. He thought that Teofmio was going to lose more steam than he did. And he figured by him being a more experienced guy that he would be able to come on and hurt him. But it didn't work this time. He'd been doing that against guys like Linares and Campbell. He would hit him trying to sneak a body shot in at the end and then drop him. But Teofmio was on point. He was ready for it. So it really didn't make a difference.
What was why did the fight get more competitive in the second half, but why was Teofmio able to stave it off enough to where he still won the fight?
I say he got a strong mental, you know. I think his mental and his confidence he really brought it into the ring. Because it's easier to talk and then to go in there and deliver. So, you know, he didn't fold, man. He didn't have Lomachenko up on the pedestal. Sometimes guys lose fights before they get in the ring. You know, Lopez went in there with no respect. You know, he went in there like he was another guy, and he handled him like good. He handled him.
Did the skills or the speed, did anything about Lopez surprise you, or what?
I know he got all of that.
Or was it just you didn't know he could go 12?
Keeping it together.
Right.
I didn't know whether he'd be able to keep it together mentally with a fighter like Lomachenko, 12 rounds. But as far as his attributes, he got it. Like, he got the speed, power, and stuff like that. But I was more impressed with that, because he ain't let Lomachenko do what he normally do. He'd had a fight looking close, but then get you late, and he tried to do that. And Teofmio ain't let him really. He won a lot of the late rounds, Lomachenko, but Teofmio ain't let him get all the way back in.
If they had a rematch, would it be like Loma would be able to continue what he did in the second half, or would it?
No, Teofmio got him. Yeah, he got him. It might be way worse, a knockdown or something next fight. Yeah, I don't see. Because this time Teofmio know he's seen it all from him, so now he really know. I'm sure when it was over, he probably was like, man, he wasn't as good as I thought. Not saying that Lomachenko.
Well, he said he was more basic than he thought he was going to be.
That's what I mean. Like, he would come in there and probably try to knock Lomachenko out, man. He hurt Lomachenko a few times.
Because at 23, that guy's only going to get better,
right?
Man,
like Lomachenko need to just leave it alone and probably go to 130.
And see who's Shakur?
Man, I don't know about that. Maybe Belcher, Miguel, you know, dudes like Valdez. You know, I ain't taking nothing away. He still is who he is, but that's why you remember I was so confident about Devin fighting him? That was part of the reason why, and I seen more stuff that Devin would have done, but Teofmio brought it in and he showed me and Devin why we would have took that fight. But I just think that at 35, it's been kind of rocky for him. He's small. He came up from featherweight, so I think maybe 130, some of them guys. But, you know, I don't think he can beat Shakur definitely either. But everybody else there, he probably can beat.
Well, you mentioned Devin, and now, of course, you know, it feels now like Devin and Teofmio becomes one of those fights that people really want to see.
Oh, 1,000%. Yeah. You know, we ready for it now, next. I'm sure it probably won't happen, you know. It's other parties do, you know, them two might want it, but you know,
right,
of course,
because these kids seem to have a different energy.
You know, it's you know who knows the promoters, it's business, so to let a guy, you know, let Dev come in, you know, I hope so. So I ain't gonna speak down on it because I want to speak it into existence. So,
but we saw him on FaceTime.
Hey, Lopez proved he a dog and that he'll fight anybody. So, you know, come on, let us get a shot, you know, and get all of them belts. You know, you gonna come back and get you some.
You know, stylistically, I know you wouldn't give away any game plan or nothing like that, but how would that fight go stylistically, Dev and Teofmio?
It'd be a good fight, but he got a tailor-made style to me for Devin.
How so?
The way that he fought that fight, it wouldn't have worked against Devin. That was a real good fight. The way he fought the way he needed to fight against Lomachenko, but you know, that's a shorter guy, smaller guy. Like, you know, Devin is longer and he got so many tools that we'll use. You know, I ain't gonna give it away. I watched him, you know, during the fight, and I'm like, okay, how would he look with Devin in there? I'm like, okay, we'd have did this, that, and this. You know, so it's a good fight for Devin.
When Teo was Dev's age at 21, he was still fighting a Diego Magdaleno, a guy like that. Does Devin need those 2 years, or do you think he could?
Devin to beat all of them now. Like, everybody was starting thinking we was crazy when Devin went and he wanted Lomachenko to get his belts. But I give Teo props because that he's seen what we saw, but he actually went in there and got the job done. Because it's easier said than done. Anybody can say, oh, I think I can do this. You're supposed to have confidence as the fighter, but Teo brought it into the ring, and he didn't fold. Even when the rounds got kind of shaky, I was impressed with that. He stayed in there and kept it together. So, you know, but with Dev, it's a whole nother animal. It's a whole nother repertoire and weapons that you're going to have to look out for. You ain't going to just walk at him, and there's certain stuff like he ain't going to do against Devin.
I know, you know, you're being realistic that the fight probably won't happen next. That's very good approximation, but do you think if Teo puts the pressure on Bob and Devin puts the pressure on Eddie, that they can make it happen sooner than the timeline we've been getting used to in boxing?
I mean, that's a good start, like you say. They didn't already got on the line with each other, so yeah, they can make it happen. You know, I think, you know, that's what gotta happen sometime. Them two to step up, and both of them got that warrior mentality, man. They want to fight the best, so I don't think neither one of them scared to let the old go, but you know, Devin just know that he is gonna still be there.
Thanks so much, Mick.
Yup, yes sir.